guys, welcome to Traventures, your #1 source for family travel information. I know there are a lot of videos out there for the adult rides, but today I wanted to make a video just about the kiddie rides at Kings Island. Kings Island has an amazing kiddie atmosphere. They have so many different kids rides. Honestly, it's one of the best places to take your kids in terms of amusement parks. I just want to go through some of the highlights, my kids' favorite rides when they went to Kings Island. And this includes not only roller coasters, but also flat rides and just some of the fun kiddie attractions that are there. One of my kids' favorite rides is the Peanuts 500, and this is a very unique kiddie ride. I have seen a ton of kiddie rides in my day. I've taken my kids to a lot of them, and this is one of the only ones where it's a self-driving car, but the kids get to drive it themselves. And I don't know how much it actually drives, but it certainly feels like they're driving quite a bit. It's kind of like antique cars where the adult will drive, or you'll have to have an adult in the car with the kids as they drive, but this one is totally kid operated, and my kids absolutely loved it. In terms of ease of ride for the parents, the only downside to this is that the entrance is on one side and then you have to walk all the way around the circle to the other side for the exit. But other than that, the ride takes a long time, so you have plenty of time to catch up on email, respond to text messages, while your kids are in a very safe, fun ride that lasts quite a while.
You want to go again?
One of the other rides that my kids absolutely love is the kiddie train. I feel like they have these at every single amusement park that we go to, so it's not very unique at all. But for some reason is a crowd favorite. Every time we go, my kids just love the little train that goes in a circle on a track and comes back around. I feel like I had to include it just because it's one of their favorites. The bumper cars. My kids love bumper cars, and some parks have them that are small enough for kids and other parks don't. This one did have a little kiddie bumper cars, and they were really great. They did everything they could to help the kids get the cars going. At Kings Island, they also have a hang glider ride, and I don't see these very often. They kind of have a special place in my heart because it's one of the few rides I remember going on as a child. But this one is fun and unique, and I think it prepares children for more advanced rides because they're in a different, unique position. Instead of just sitting on a bench or a chair, they are laying on their stomachs and flying around this thing. I think that kind of mentally prepares children for rides that might be a little different, where you might have your legs hanging, or there might not be a track underneath you, or maybe you are actually lying down on some of these flying roller coasters. And so for that reason, I think this is a great introductory ride to some of those experiences. One of the very unique things at Kings Island is the Eiffel Tower. And even if your kids are young, or if they're a little older, I think all kids can appreciate just how cool it feels to be up high like that. And my kids absolutely loved going up to the top, looking out and seeing all of the rides and roller coasters that they've been riding from a different perspective. And I feel like that was really helpful for them and educational, and just how different things can look from different viewpoints. The last ride I want to talk about before going into the kiddie roller coasters is the Carousel. And this one is particularly pretty, especially at sunset. I don't know, it just was kind of magical. So again, all amusement parks have a carousel there, but this one was especially fun because our whole family got to ride it together. And honestly, it's kind of our family tradition. At the end of an amusement park day, we almost always ride a carousel. So definitely fun for the kids, and it's one that the whole family can do. The last 3 rides I'm going to talk about are the kiddie coasters, and I'm going to go in order from least intense to most intense, so that way if you have younger kids, you can kind of plan around what you think their comfort level will be. And so the very first one on my list is the Great Pumpkin Coaster. This one is a typical kiddie coaster. You can find them at almost any amusement park. Just goes around in a little circle, maybe one little twist, and then back up, and they usually go through it 2 or 3 times. This is a great kiddie coaster to get your feet wet. I mean, you can ride other non-roller coaster rides, but in terms of actual roller coasters, this is your baby step. The Great Pumpkin Coaster. The next roller coaster on my list is the Woodstock Express. And this one is a wooden coaster, but it is so much fun. Even as an adult, I think it is a blast because it's a little bit higher than the like typical kiddie coaster, and it's made of wood, and I don't know what it is. It feels a little bit more intense, but also like more like a family coaster. And it's a perfect second step. I also feel like because it is a wooden coaster, they take their time a little more on the turns. And so for me, it's even less jarring than the typical kiddie coaster that we just talked about. This one is a little bit more smooth in terms of less whiplash. And I just feel like it's a perfect second step for your kids. It just kind of grows that comfort level a little more. It feels like a bigger roller coaster, but it actually, to me, is a lot more fun than the little tiny kiddie one. The last roller I want to talk about is the most intense kiddie coaster at Kings Island. This is Flying Ace Aerial Chase, and it is a suspended coaster, which means that there is nothing underneath your feet. The track is above you, and this can be pretty intimidating for kids. You know, I'd say in terms of like beginner, intermediate, advanced, it's definitely in the intermediate slot, and maybe even edging on advanced. It's definitely important to gauge your child's comfort level when assessing this roller coaster, because the last thing that you want to do is traumatize your children and then they don't want to go on a roller coaster ever again. Make sure that your child is comfortable with this, and if they are, it is a lot of fun and it's a lot more thrilling for youngsters. We had so much fun at Kings Island. It is the perfect place to take your family. My kids absolutely loved it. There was so much for them to do. It wasn't like one of these other amusement parks where they kind of just throw in the kiddie rides after the fact because, oh yeah, kids might want to come to our park too. Like, this park was designed specifically with kids in mind, and they also have some incredible adult coasters too. So make sure you check out Kings Island because it's perfect for families. Thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, check out our companion channel, Taylor Tadpoles. That is our family travel vlog, and it will give you a whole in-depth view of what our experience was like at each of these places that we talk about here. Also, subscribe to this channel because it's amazing and awesome and fun. Peace.